9-7 to the USA at the start. There are 12 points up for grabs tonight. First team to 14.5 will win it, but 14 would be enough for Europe to retain the trophy. But at the moment, they're not doing very well in the singles. They're down in 4 of the 8 games on the course at the moment. Anthony Kim is giving Sergio Garcia a hard time at the minute. And this was Sergio a few minutes ago at the water when he had to get it on the green. Hell of a big lake in front of him, but you know what's going to happen next, don't you? Flop. And then he tried again. 1 or 2 looks at the caddy. Did he have the right club? They tried again, and there was exactly the same result. Sergio currently 3 down to Anthony Kim after 7 holes. Paul Casey is trailing Hunter Mahan as well. He's 2 down, the European, after 6 holes here. So the Americans just need 5.5 to win. 5.5 points tonight. They're looking pretty good for that at the moment. Let's speak to Richard Lenton, who's going to be with us all night from Golf Punk magazine. Richard, don't know about you, but red's a winning colour to me, and they look very strong, don't they, the Americans?
Yeah, absolutely. You told me on Thursday that America were going to win 15-13, Chris.
15.5, 12.5 is my
15.5, 12.5, sorry about that. But I see what Faldo's done. He's playing the patient game. He's a patient man as opposed to Azinger, who's a gambling man. Azinger's put all his big guns out first in an attempt to kill the game, strike blood, and Faldo's left his big guns well the end, but America could be home and hosed in 2 hours' time.
Yeah, I suppose Faldo's thinking, well, if they are going to win it, it's got to go all the way to the very end. There'll be no shortcuts, and I suppose he's got to have his big guns then. But as you say, the way things are looking at the moment, they're down in 4 games, Europe. It could be a bit embarrassing, couldn't it?
Well, absolutely. I see what he's trying to do, leaving Harrington, Poulter, McDowell at the end. I think we will win 3 out of those final 4 games, but we've still got to somehow win, what, 3 more points or 4 more points out of the other 8 games, and it's looking like a big ask. I mean, Sergio's just not performed this week. Paul Casey can't buy a putt, and those boys are struggling, aren't they? So there's a lot resting on the shoulders of Oliver Wilson, and especially Soren Hansen, who's playing JB Holmes, and of course he's without his caddy now.
Here's Oliver Wilson, I think, playing Boo Weekley. They're out at the moment, all square. Wilson, one of the rookies, he was brilliant the other day, wasn't he? And that's a great shot. Boo Weekley, we've seen him whipping up the crowd again. He was standing at Churchill Downs and whipping himself into a frenzy early on. Here he is.
Incredible
He's
character.
bonkers if we're fairly good.
Well, anyone who fights orangutans, he was actually knocked out by an orangutan for a $5 bet.
Yeah.
And he goes out and catches alligators. All he wants to do is go hunting and fishing. He's not too bothered about golf, Chris.
No, he's a character. It'll be great to see him in a couple of years' time.
Absolutely, if he's still playing.
At Celtic Manor. Didn't make the best start, Europe, before it even started. This was Soren Hansen's caddy before the play had even started this morning. He slipped a disc, believe it or not, and he couldn't even get out of his buggy, and off he limped to the... Oh, it's painful, that, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? And that was lifting a suitcase, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a big day for him as well, wasn't it? You know, final day of the Ryder Cup, his first experience of it. But like I say, that's a big game. Soren's playing JB Holmes, who hits the ball a country mile. There were times yesterday when Soren was playing Holmes in the 4 balls, and Hansen was taking a hybrid club, which is a glorified 3-iron, and JB Holmes is taking a pitching wedge. You know, on a course like this, very tight pin positions, much easier to negotiate your way around with a wedge rather than a hybrid club, Chris.
Just a quick update. Actually, with his replacement caddy, Hansen's just won the 4th hole, so he's 1 up on JB Holmes, so maybe he can turn it around. Speak to you again at Sportsline 7:30, Richard, thanks. Now, in the football today, honours even at Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Man United, the big 2. The meeting of last season's top 2 teams in the Premier League ended all square, 1 apiece.
Luis Felipe Scolari was happy to see Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench. He wasn't so happy